Many food facilities invest heavily in cleaning and sanitation. The floors shine, the equipment looks spotless, and all the checklists are diligently completed. But let me ask you a critical question. Does all that cleaning automatically equal food safety? The answer, surprisingly, is no. In today's video, we're going to dive deep into why sanitation alone is not enough, and how true food safety depends on systems, behaviors, and control, not just on appearances. If you work in food manufacturing, quality control, or auditing, this is essential knowledge you can't afford to miss. So let's start by breaking down the difference between clean versus safe. Cleaning primarily focuses on what we can see. It's about removing visible dirt, grime, and residue. Food safety, on the other hand, focuses on what we cannot see: the microscopic world of bacteria, viruses, and allergens. A surface can look perfectly clean to the naked eye, but still harbor dangerous pathogens or allergen residues, creating pathways for cross-contact and microbial growth. So, remember this: food safety isn't about how clean something appears. It's about control, consistency, and prevention. This is a fundamental concept where many organizations misunderstand the true role of sanitation. Sanitation is, without a doubt, a critical prerequisite program. It lays the foundation for a safe production environment. But it is only one piece of a much larger puzzle. Sanitation by itself cannot control a whole host of other risks. For example, it can't fix poor hygienic design in your equipment that creates hard-to-clean areas. It can't correct an inadequate process flow that allows raw materials to cross paths with finished products. It can't make up for improper employee practices, like poor hand washing or not changing gloves. It also can't manage weak allergen controls, an ineffective environmental monitoring program, or gaps in training and supervision. When sanitation is mistakenly treated as the main food safety control, all these other critical risks remain unmanaged. And as we know, unmanaged risks will eventually lead to incidents. This brings us to a common problem many facilities face: recurring issues. You see the same problems pop up time and time again. What's the typical response? Let's clean it again. Or maybe, let's clean it more often. But this approach is like putting a bandage on a deep wound. Repeated cleaning without addressing the systemic root cause does not solve the problem. If a piece of equipment is designed in a way that allows residue to build up, you can increase the cleaning frequency. But the fundamental risk remains. If your employees don't understand the why behind food safety protocols, cleaning just becomes another task on a checklist, not a critical control measure. Real, sustainable improvement in food safety only happens when the systems change, not just when the surfaces get another wipe down. So, what does a robust food safety program look like? True food safety is a system built on multiple, interconnected elements. Think of it like a finely tuned machine. You have your sanitation programs, of course, but you also need strong good manufacturing practices, or GMPs, and solid personnel practices. You need tightly managed process controls, a bulletproof allergen management plan, and a rigorous supplier approval program. On top of that, you need effective environmental monitoring, comprehensive training and supervision, and most importantly, unwavering management commitment. Each of these elements supports the others. When one element, like sanitation, is overvalued while others are neglected, the entire system becomes unbalanced and vulnerable. Food safety requires integration, not isolation. This is where the human element becomes so crucial. Food safety doesn't happen just because of powerful chemicals or state-of-the-art equipment. It happens because people, at every level of the organization, understand why these controls matter. When employees view sanitation as just cleaning, critical details get missed. They might rush through a procedure or skip a step because they don't see the immediate impact. But when your team truly understands food safety principles, they start to think differently. They recognize potential risks, they act proactively to address them, and they help prevent issues before they can even occur. That's why your training needs to focus on the purpose, the why, not just the procedures. Let's talk about what auditors are really looking for when they walk into your facility. They aren't just doing a visual check for cleanliness. They are evaluating control. They want to see consistency in your processes. They want to see that your team understands the food safety principles behind their tasks. They're looking for documentation that accurately reflects your practices on the floor. They are assessing whether your team has a preventive mindset, actively looking for risks instead of just reacting to problems. And they're looking for clear evidence of management involvement and commitment. A sparkling clean facility with weak systems is actually a red flag for an auditor. It's a well-controlled facility with strong, documented processes that builds confidence. Food safety is demonstrated through behavior, not just appearance. So, how do we move from a mindset of simply cleaning to one of genuine control? To truly strengthen your food safety culture, your organization should focus on several key areas. First, invest in hygienic design improvements for your equipment and facility. Make things easier to clean effectively. Second, establish clear ownership of controls. Everyone should know what they're responsible for and why it's important. Third, implement effective monitoring and verification activities to ensure your controls are working as intended. Fourth, base your training on risk awareness, helping your team understand the potential consequences of a failure. Fifth, foster cross-departmental collaboration. Food safety is a team sport. And finally, ensure that leadership consistently reinforces the importance of food safety. Remember, cleaning supports food safety, but it's control that sustains it. To wrap things up, sanitation is absolutely essential. It's a non-negotiable part of any food operation. But sanitation alone does not guarantee food safety. True food safety is the result of robust systems, deep knowledge, and a strong culture, all working together every single day. When organizations make the shift from focusing only on cleaning to focusing on prevention and control, they protect their consumers, their brand, and their long-term success. At the end of the day, food safety is not about how clean it looks. It's about how well it's controlled. Thank you for watching, and if you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more insights into food safety.